Hello, everyone. We have great news today. Prince William mentioned Prince Harry just once. Another blow to Prince Harry from African countries. King Charles took a touching step towards the prince. Piers Morgan said in his new book that he played a role in refuting the accusations of racism made by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. The most interesting things are ahead, and now I suggest we start with the fact that Prince William mentioned Prince Harry only once. Prince William mentioned Prince Harry just once during a rare TV appearance, and that says a lot about their rift. I hope the methods that Harry had to go through as a child won't come back, the Prince of Wales confessed in the Reluctant Traveler program. In the program with Eugene Levy, the heir to the throne casually recalled his brother, with whom he does not communicate, talking about their childhood. This one mention clearly shows how serious their differences are today. The October 3rd issue was a kind of return of Prince William to the general public after the high-profile news about the family conflict and the departure of Harry and Meghan from the royal family. Recalling the intense media attention to their childhood, the prince said, "I will do everything to prevent this from happening again." Harry and Meghan were not mentioned again, which also means a lot. Historian Robert Lacey notes, he spoke of his brother as part of the past, not of the future. While we are learning the details of Prince Harry's mention by Prince William, I remind you that shocking news awaits us in the front. After the departure of the Duke and Duchess of Sussex from the family, the rift between the brothers has only intensified, and there are no signs of reconciliation, despite the fact that Harry recently admitted, "I want to make peace with my family. There's no point in continuing to argue." Eugene Levy, the host of The Reluctant Traveler, says, "I wasn't forbidden to ask any questions, but I didn't want to touch on this topic. It's very delicate." Royal biographer Andrew Morton adds, "If you want the prince to be honest, don't ask about his brother." But William's frankness is a clear departure from the old rules of the royal family, where complex emotions were preferred to be ignored. This balance between tradition and change becomes central to William's vision as the future king. He believes, "I liked change, I'm not afraid of change, that's what inspires me. I want to ask myself, are we really making the most of it?" If you are not careful, the history can start to weigh down and suffocate, he believes. We have to live for today. Experts consider such confessions unusual for a monarchy where traditions have always come first. For William, the changes are not a shock, but a renewal. He wants the monarchy to become more open and closer to ordinary life. A source at the court says, he has made it clear that he will strive to be more accessible and simpler. In a cozy pub in Windsor, over a glass and conversations, Prince William honestly admitted, "There are changes in my plan, changes for the better."
Another setback for Prince Harry as an African country has ended its partnership with his charity, calling it disrespectful. Chad's Environment Minister, Hassan Bakhet Jamous, released a 4-page statement announcing the end of the country's 15-year collaboration with African Parks. He accused the organization of displaying a recurring indelicate and disrespectful attitude toward the government. The minister also pointed to rising poaching and a lack of investment in the reserves managed by the group. This is the latest scandal for African Parks, following investigations that revealed guards hired by the charity were involved in intimidation and abuse campaigns. Earlier this year, accusations of mistreatment of indigenous people were confirmed. The Duke of Sussex was president of African Parks for 6 years and joined its board of directors 2 years ago. African Parks responded that it is in discussions to better understand the government's position and explore the best way forward to support the continued protection of these critical landscapes. The group says it will keep partners informed as new details emerge. African Parks has led efforts against poaching and helped restore elephant populations in Chad's natural reserves. According to the organization, the Zakuma National Park's elephant population grew from 450 in 2010 to over 550 by 2019 after they took charge. This decision comes as a surprise since Chad renewed its agreement with the charity only 6 months ago. Last year, a Mail on Sunday investigation revealed intimidation, rape, and beatings in the rainforests of the Republic of the Congo carried out by African Parks guards. Eyewitnesses described abuses against the Baka people who were forced out of forests where they have lived for generations. One woman recounted being raped by an armed guard as she held her infant. A teenage boy said he was coerced into paid sex by another guard. A community activist reported that a Baka man died after being beaten and jailed without medical treatment. African Parks opened an independent review and has now admitted to human rights abuses occurring in Odzala-Kokowa National Park since December 2023. The results were submitted directly to the charity but were not shared publicly. In May, the group said, "Our board has reviewed the recommendations and approved a management plan and timeline to act on them. We acknowledge that human rights abuses occurred in some cases and deeply regret the suffering caused." The review also highlighted failures in our systems, especially in our early years at Odzala.
King Charles has extended a heartfelt olive branch to Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, signaling a thaw in royal family tensions. After years of strained relations following Harry and Meghan's decision in 2020 to step back from royal duties and move to North America, there have been recent signs of reconciliation after private meetings between the king and his son. When Harry learned of his father's illness, he flew to the UK immediately, and the pair have since met several times, including a recent tea gathering at Clarence House. The Mirror exclusively reveals that King Charles chose to display photos of Harry and Meghan throughout his official Northern Irish residence, Hillsborough Castle, especially in the state drawing room. There are no photos of his brother, Prince Andrew, who left royal duties in 2022 due to scandals. A source explained that decisions about family photographs are made by historic royal palaces staff, but the final choice rests with the king himself. Their latest meeting was reportedly formal, though a spokesperson for Harry quickly denied claims of any tension, stating that supposed quotes about the meeting were fabricated. They confirmed that gifts were exchanged, including a framed photograph, although it did not feature Harry or Meghan. Hillsborough Castle is located near Belfast and has been open to the public since 2014. The estate has seen many historic moments, including the signing of the Anglo-Irish Agreement, a visit from President George W. Bush, and key political meetings about Northern Ireland. Just days after Queen Elizabeth's death in September 2022, King Charles was seen at the castle upset after writing the wrong date in the guest book and getting frustrated with a faulty pen.
Piers Morgan writes in his new book that he played a part in burying the race allegations made by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry against the royal family. He describes how he named King Charles and Princess Kate as the royals involved, believing this ended uncontrolled speculation and showed how unfounded the accusations were. Morgan says he does not believe that either King Charles or the Princess of Wales are racist and calls the claims absurd. He frames Harry and Meghan's exit from royal life as a symbol of the woke era, suggesting that public sympathy for their Oprah interview in 2021 was fueled by cancel culture, but believes that today the reaction would be far less supportive. Morgan argues that the public's patience with dramatic self-victimization eventually runs out. In a previous lawsuit against Mirror Group newspapers, Prince Harry accused Morgan of targeting him and Meghan with personal attacks, supposedly in retaliation for their efforts to hold the media accountable. Morgan denies knowing about any unlawful conduct, shares Harry's disgust at invading the privacy of the royal family, and adds, "I just wish he'd stop doing it himself."